Alright, now, I did this, and I talk about this all the time, and I just made more work for myself. And here's why. We have a yellow, a white, two blues, which doesn't make a difference. They both take the same power in amps. A purple, the two blues, the white, the yellow, and a brown. Well, I didn't have a brown wire. Because see, I had to extend all these wires to get into the new fuse box over here. And now that I'm doing a diagram on this new one, because I don't want them to look at the old one, I put old on it so they'll know. But I'm looking and I'm saying, where's the brown wire? There's no brown wire there. But there's 6 fuses. Look at the old one. We have 6 fuses. Where the hell's the brown wire? Because they're all used. What's the problem here? So I had to take the top off. Take the top off, and I'm over here looking through all this mess for a brown wire that's just hanging out there by itself with one end free. I can't find it anywhere. I glance over to here and I find the brown wire. However, yeah, babe. That's fine. I'll just do the whole thing with, you know, pineapple and coconut. Yeah. Alright, alright. That's fine. I'm just going to have to do what they have. Alright, I love you. I'll tell you, can't even find coconut nowadays. And the only one that sells the coconut that I like, they're closed for the holiday weekend. Okay. Anyhow, the brown. Well, I didn't have a brown wire. I couldn't find a brown wire anywhere in my scraps. Anywhere. No rolls, no nothing. So I made it red. Now, I'm always saying, do not substitute a colored wire with another color, because somebody may have to fix it or look into it, and you're going to confuse them if they look at the end results as far as the end wire. I myself confused myself on this, because one is I made it red, second is I didn't mark it as being a brown wire. That would have helped right there. So I am going to start looking for a brown wire, and I'm thinking, I looked already at all my scraps. I don't have anything, and I only need maybe 10-12 inches. Alright. So I'm going to go out to the shack out here real quick and see, because if you remember right, Chris gave me a bunch of wire. And I stuck it all out here. And I forget about this out here. I've been working out here in the yard the last couple of days too. Weed killer and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so I have all this wire. Now, within this wire, there may be a brown wire. Now, what I mean by that is, see, some of these are just wires within a casing. Because well, there's a beige wire. Well, that's off-white. That's not going to work. That's just as bad as what I have. This one's brown, but it's not brown. It's just a coating. If that was all one, I'd be all set, but it's not. Like I say, it's just a coating. A case. Come on. Fango doesn't pork. I don't think it is anyway. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's like a... No, that's not going to work. Not only is it not going to work, but it's stiff wire. And we don't want too stiff a wire. So, again, we're screwed. Wait a minute, what's this one over here? Well, this is brown. It looks to be softer, but it, again, it looks to be like a number of Well, that's not a number of wires, but that is an awful heavy wire. But it's brown. That's the thing. That's the thing. Hey! For a second. Yeah, see, that's so stiff. That'll be... And it's heavy, which it doesn't have to be that heavy, but again, it's brown. Now I could take another wire and spray it brown, because I was thinking of that as well. Because then I have all the right size wires. Two in here. Let's bring these over here. Yeah, right. We'll put these over here where I have more room. I was looking for something the other day, and I found all this stuff. I'm saying, whoa! I forgot all about that stuff. And here's the oil I was looking for. I couldn't find. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you down here for a second. Over here, I'm going to take this brown wire. Okay. There we go. Oh. And see, that's what Chris comes in. They give the stuff to him, and we'll start a little fire sometime at night. Nobody's around, got to see the smoke. And, it's got a lot of dead property in the back over there, and probably quarter of an acre is kind of like swampy, so it doesn't have to worry about anything catching fire. So he just throws it over there. And a big old pot, sets it afire, and puts it near the swamp. Okay, what color was that one? That was the yellow. The yellow. Okay, now we have one that's orange. Now that's a little bit softer than that brown one. But again, now I can rewrite the wires color. Seeing that I'm putting a new fuse box in there anyway. But I'd have to take it right from in here. I'd have to unsolder this one here, and just add one long length, which actually, if I have to, it's not a bad idea to do that and get rid of this red one that's here. And then just label it as such. It doesn't have to be brown, as long as it goes from here to there, and I have this labeled for that, you know, we're all set. Because if you look at the, well, here it is. I just made this one up. This is a copy that I made up of the old one. So if we find that brown wire, which is a 0, the 0 goes to a power all by itself. If you look at this power is all tied together right here. Well, up here it's not. There's one that's all by its lonesome. That's the brown. So all I need to do, because I put a new one in there, is even if I had this one in there, all I'd have to do is take that brown and change the color to whatever color I'm going to use, as long as it's not the same as the color that's already being used, and then change it to 0 purple wire. Well, we got a purple, we got a yellow, we got a white, we got a blue. So I can make it orange, you know, because there's no orange there. And if anybody sees this, which you'll see it, even the new one, or this is the new one in here that I'm dealing with. And it'll be orange from there to there, as long as it's labeled here orange, and I have it labeled here as orange, which in here doesn't really make a difference when I label it, but I'd have to make sure that I label the block diagram. And then at that point, that's all it. So that may be another option, and it may even be the best option. So, but we're going to play here a little bit with this stuff. The red one I'm not going to bother with. The orange one I already have. So let me put these over here, and we'll take it from there. Now I don't want to make it red because I already have a lot of reds. So the only thing I'd have to do is I'd have to bring the solder iron over here. Well, I can use a solder gun, I guess, for this. Not a big deal. And I'm thinking just doing that. Maybe I'll just do that. What's that labeled as? It's orange. Audio amp. That's an audio amp. Now see, even though that's supposedly an audio amp, I knew it was either going to be a power supply or an amplifier because of these here. But it has a monster amp up underneath everything. So what's that amp go to? I have no idea. Maybe the little siren thing, or I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not going to have time to figure it out. So I think I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to paint wires. I'm not going to use this heavy brown. I am going to take probably the orange because it's a little on the flexible side. It's going to be easy to work with. And I'm going to run that. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, how much do I need? Wow, now. How much do I need? Do I have enough here? Not sure. If I go this way with it, from here to here, let's see. No, barely. I don't want it to be that tight. So I'm just going to change the whole thing, label it orange. There's no orange being used in there. I will probably end up labeling with a label machine the actual box, instead of just having the paper, because if somebody has to change it or wants to know what it is, they're going to have to look through a few hundred pages of paper to find this, or the new one that I'm going to make, which I already started. I mean, this is one that I made up already with the old stuff. Anyhow, if they were to go here, I could just put the labels on this, and we don't have to worry about it. So we'll see what happens. Look at this. I knew I had this, I just didn't know where I put it. However, I do think it's a little too small, but let's see. When I get this one off, I'll check it, because I'm going to run it all new anyway, because I don't want to have any splices in it, if I can get away with it. I mean, all the other ones I ran. So. Are you going to get hot? Are you going to get hot? Oh, it's getting hot. Yeah, that's a good way of testing it. Put your hand on it. See, this one, what size is that fuse? It's only a 5 amp fuse, so the wire doesn't have to be real heavy. This wire will probably be better than using the other one, even though the other one is orange. Why even bother? So I'm just going to replace it with this one, because this one looks like it should be okay. DC is not too bad, you know, unless you're running a lot of wire, then you got to worry about line loss. But for the most part, now the only thing I don't like about this one, it's solid, which means if you do bend it around a lot, strong possibility that it'll break off inside. All right, now what I do? I went over here to get the solder. I come back with a wire. Now let me get the flux. Put a little dab on it just to help me through. There. I don't know if this is hot enough or not, but we'll see what happens. I don't want it too hot because I don't want it to start melting everything else. Oh, this is working pretty good. Working. Is it working the way I want? Not really, but it's working. I mean, the solder iron's working. But they got this going under the board, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Just a little bit. But we're going to do this. Okay, now you got there, because I'm going to use that to pull the other one through. Cheers. Alright. Let me shut you guys off for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Are we charged? Yeah, okay. I want to make sure the battery didn't go dead. The battery didn't go dead. I got my new glasses. I don't have them on, but I do have them. I don't like that. Okay. What's holding this in place? Let me see. 2 screws. Alright. And if you're going to do it, let's just do it. Whoa, we don't want to do that. See, I don't want to take a chance of underneath being shorted out or something. If it just pulled off, it would have been fine, but it doesn't want to just come off, meaning the old piece. Where are you? There's more over there. Oh, how'd you get it? Oh, alright. Everything is a chore. Now I know why they charge $12,000 for these things. They put hundreds of screws in them. Alright, where is it? Right there. Yeah, see, it was starting to fall down. And if it had gone down, it was shorted up against the chassis there. So I'm glad that I opened it up. Took it out of there. Come on, stay. Now you know it's not going to stay there. How about there? Maybe. I doubt it. Ow! 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 Yeah. That's why I make all the corners in here round. That didn't hurt. It was more of a shock. Like, ow! All right. Now, let's get this where it belongs. It belongs right there, where that red one was. And that red one, there. This red one, let me see which one it is. There we go. Let's take this right out of the picture so nobody gets confused. I'll save this piece because it's got a good connector on one end. It's down there where the wire is so I can't find it when I need it. Okay, so that's set there. Now I gotta tie this one in because I don't want this one jiggling around. Because it will break. But you weigh out the odds, and it's better to have this one. And it'll save a lot of work down the line as far as me making the changes. But this is what I mean with this thing is you start one thing and these little things take up a lot of time. You know, this is something that just had to be done.